Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Eric here, guys, with the TRD squad, bringing you guys a different style of video here than what I normally bring. So we're going to be doing like a combo slash test hand video with the Ancient Warriors going second deck. But I went ahead and like built like somewhat of a board here that just kind of showcase to you guys that if, can Ancient Warriors still break a board? Is it still, a very decent deck to play with today's meta? So I set up a field here with 4 negates. We have an Appaloosa right here with 2 monster negates, Adamant Spirit Dragite with a Splendid Trap negate, then a Borlord Savage Dragon with a Omni negate. You could call it 2 negates, but it's only a once per turn, so it's really just 1 negate. So it's playing through 4 negates here. So we're going to shuffle up our Ancient Warriors deck here. Now this is for the TCG format. It's not for Master Duel. In Master Duel, this deck is a whole lot better because you got access to Fire Formation Tinky at 3. But let's give it a couple more shuffles. Now we're going to go ahead and draw out 6 cards. Now in this build I currently don't play any hand traps, so this is perfectly fine to draw 6 cards. Okay, this actually very terrible. Not the best hand, honestly. But yeah, you can go ahead and summon out your Guan Yu. Now your opponent may choose to negate that or not, so we're just gonna assume like we're gonna go ahead and activate Guan Yu effect to special summon. Our opponent has the ability to chain here to negate. So we're gonna roll a die here. 1, 2, 3 will allow us to. 1, 2, 3 is gonna be our opponent negates it. 4, 5, 6 we get to summon out Guan Yu, and it is a 2, so our opponent will negate that with Appaloosa. Now the cool thing about Guan Yu is that he is not a once per turn, so you can just go and tell your opponent once again. Guan Yu effect, special summon. At this point, knowing that it's not a once per turn, he might just go ahead and let you go through with the summon. So Guan Yu effect, special summon, brings itself out. Now our opponent has more monsters than we do at this point, so we're going to go ahead and go Guan Yu effect to pop 1 card on the field. And I'm pretty sure at this point your opponent is going to want to negate that there. So we're going to go ahead and negate that with our Appaloosa. Or, with Borlord Savage Dragon. That way our Appaloosa still maintains somewhat of an attack there. So Guan Yu has been negated. Now all we have left to play through is 1 Appaloosa. Go and activate Chalice here, targeting the Dragite. Opponent will apply, even our opponent doesn't negate it or negates it, whatever, the Dragite effect is gone. Our opponent also did activate a monster effect this turn, so we can go and activate Talents here. Talents is just such a good card. So I'm going to allow us to draw 2, Sun Mal, really good, and the 3rd Nerval, not that good at all. Right, so we're still in main phase 1 here. The only thing we have to play through now is an Appaloosa below the Goddess now. If you didn't want to... So honestly, we do have the ability to normal summon Sun Mal, and then special summon out Zane Day. That will actually trigger the Sun Mal effect to bounce the Appaloosa back to hand. Or you can actually just bounce any card you want back to hand. Your opponent may choose to negate that just to try to keep one of his big monsters on the field, so that's perfectly fine. But now our opponent is actually out of negates to play through. So you could go battle face here. Zhang Day does gain 300 attack for each monster your opponent controls, so it can actually beat over I guess like your Dragite or your Bow of the Goddess. Or Bow of the Goddess is actually at 0 now, so it's easy to beat over. So yeah, you could go battle phase, or I'm trying to think maybe we can just go ahead and stay main phase 1 and see if we can break our opponent's board before going into battle phase here. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to activate Sun Mal effect here to send a Nerval to graveyard, and that's going to add lots of search. Of course, we're going to go and search for the... We're going to search for the Zooch Kong. Zooch Kong effect will allow you to special summon it because it was searched by a Ancient Warrior monster. We're not going to activate Nerval's effect because we may just go into... We may just link here. Go into Double Dragon Lore. Double Dragon Lore effect will now allow you to add a Ancient Warrior monster from deck to hand. So we're going to go ahead and add our Lu Fang. Lu Fang special summon. Now we're going to activate Lu Fang effect to pop a monster with the highest attack on the field, which most likely be your Borlord Savage Dragon. Double Dragon Lord effect, go ahead and send our other Nerval to graveyard to bounce the Dragite back to the extra deck. And now battle phase, and you actually have game here. Right? We have way more attack than game. Appaloosa's at 0 attack. This is Ancient Warriors going second, playing through 4 negates. We get the OTK. So let's do one more test 10. Honestly, I didn't think we were going to OTK there, but yeah. So we played that pretty good there. One of the reasons why I like triple attack Titans for that reason. We also just could have stolen one of our opponent's monsters, would have been the same thing. I still could have OTK'd as well, probably. Or maybe not, because that lets it draw into the Sun Mal. So we're going to shuffle again. Set up our opponent's field again with the 2 negates here and the 2 negate Savage Dragon there. We're going to draw into 6 cards. Okay. And not a bad hand here as well. So like if your opponent had back row, Feather Duster right away. Your opponent may or may not choose to negate that. But regardless, right, that's there for the back row. So going first, we're going to activate Chalice, and we're going to target the. Let's see. We're going to target your We're going to target the Appaloosa, I guess. So Chain Link 1. I'm sorry. Your opponent may want to negate that, whichever one you target. We're going to do. I'm not going to really roll the die because this is something your opponent probably would want to negate. So we've used up the Dragite negate switch, pick it up higher than the other cards, showcasing to you guys that the Dragite effect has been activated and we have a negate there. So now we're going to go ahead and summon out Sun Mal, special summon out Lu Fang. And we're actually going to go into battle phase here, because we might be better off that way. So we're going to go battle phase. Lu Fang attacks Appaloosa, so we get rid of those 2 negates there. And now the only thing we're left with is just 1 negate with the Borlo Savage Dragon there. I don't think we can break this board, honestly. Well, maybe. So we're going to activate Sun Mal's effect. We're going to send Kit to graveyard. Sun Mal will allow us to add a card from deck to hand. Now your opponent may choose to negate that or may let it go through. So let's roll a die for that one. So 1, 2, 3, our opponent negates it. 4, 5, 6, our opponent allows it to go through. That was off screen. Let's re-roll. It was a 3 though. So 6, it goes through. So we're going to go ahead and search the Zooch Kong here. Unfortunately, we've already gone into battle phase here, so we're in main phase 2. Zooch Kong effect will allow it to special summon itself out. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, our opponent negates it. 4, 5, 6, lets it go through. Roll it one more time. It's a 1, so our opponent will negate that, so Zooch Kong will stay in hand. And I'm sorry, I did miss a chain here. Sorry, so Kit would have been on a Kit would have been chain link too, so I do apologize for that. So Kit would have sent Nerval. And we actually could have just protected the Zooch Kong effect. So yeah, depending on what you want. So yeah, so it would have been chain link. Chain link 1 would have either been Kit or Zooch Kong. Depending on what you wanted to do, you could have done like Kit. Kit chain link 1, Zooch Kong chain link 2. But since we did roll the dice and our opponent did negate, we're just going to assume that we did chain link 1, Zooch Kong, chain link 2, Kit. So our opponent negated the Kit, Zooch Kong was allowed to go through. And it doesn't really matter regardless. We still might break our opponent's board here. So now what we can do is, I don't remember if we activated the sun mal effect or not, but I don't believe we have actually. The Zuchkon effect would be activate. That would go ahead and bounce the Borlo Savage Dragon back to the hand. And now we just have the Dragite to worry about here. So we actually could go link here. Yeah, we can link here. Make our double Dragon Lord here. Double Dragon Lord effect will activate, allow us to add a card from deck to hand. Well, allow us to add an Ancient Warrior card from deck to hand. Add the Sun Mal. Double Dragon Lord effect to go ahead and send Kyrus to the graveyard. And then bounce into Dragite to hand. So we managed to clear that. And then we have a Sun Mal for follow up on our next turn. So yeah, we were able to break our opponent's board here, I believe. If I misplayed, just let me know down in the comments below. I don't believe I'd activated the other Sun Mal effect just yet to bounce back to hand. So now going into our opponent's second turn, we do have a bounce back to hand also, as well as a Lu Fang pop. And assuming that survives on our next turn, we draw into a Forbidden Chalice. Not too bad. So yeah, for your next turn, you got a pretty decent follow up here. You can go ahead and, normal summon your Sun Mal. Forbidden Chalice negate. If your opponent has another monster that you can negate that as well. You got the Lu Fang pop. If you have the Lu Fang pop, you also have a Sun Mal to send to the send one card back to the hand. However, if your opponent has no more monsters, you can easily just go ahead and send the Forbidden Chalice to the graveyard with your Sun Mal. That'll allow you to add a Zane Day or something. Zane Day effect to special summon. And that should be enough for game there, assuming that you've cleared out most of your opponent's field. Like I said, you still have the pop, the send back to hand. And then all your Ancient Warrior monsters will gain 500 attack. So yeah, we're still able to pay through our... We did have a really good hand like we did in the first time, but still able to break through our opponent's field and set up a pretty decent board. With our first video, we managed to OTK. With this second hand, we were still able to break our opponent's board and end with a decent end board, right? A send back to hand, pop, and then a follow-up play for next turn. But anyways, that's been it for my video. Just want to showcase you guys some combos, and also just showcasing you guys how Ancient Warrior still has the ability to play through multiple negates. Once we get into like May, I believe the deck's gonna get even better, because once we get that new card, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do like the new support that we're getting in May. It's gonna make Ancient Warriors a whole lot better. Can't really wait for that as well. So once those cards come out, I might do like an updated deck profile, but that's gonna be later on this year in May. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, man, make sure you hit that like button down below for me. Also, guys, just go and subscribe to my channel. It's just like a free and super easy way to support the content, and also to support me as a creator. It's also going to give me that encouragement to continue making videos for you guys. But anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.